this chapter 1 for the background. Since 2004, the government of Taiwan has offered a bilingual language tour guide license system in order to remain in a rapidly changing international tourism market. Okay, next for problem statement. First, because of the culture and language difficult connect with the international travel, foreign visitor frequently rely on tour guide service. And second, previous study have proposed several instruments to measure tour guide service quality. Okay, next we are going to the research question. As you can see, they have 3 questions. For example, what is the relationship tour guide service quality and tourism satisfaction to affect in tourism industry? Okay, next we are going to the research objective. Research objective, as you can see, also have 3 objective. For example, to analyze why majority tourists always prevent negative quality than the positive one.
First and foremost, this study focuses on the asymmetric effect of tour guide service quality on tourist certification. In this study, we can understand tourist behavior with respect to the effect of symmetry, their actions and decisions on the attitude of tour guides who provide tour service. For the significance of the study, focus on asymmetric effects between the quality of tour guide service and the certification of tourists visiting Taiwan. The results show that the tour guide's course to measure knowledge and problem-solving ability can lead to significant asymmetric negative effects on tourist certifications. For definition of terms characterized into 3, which is tourist, the behavior of a tourist, and social. Tourist is an influential individual on a large scale in the tourism industry. Tourist behavior remains one of the most studied areas of marketing and tourism by research. Social factors have a major impact on tourist behavior.
Chapter 2, DV is dependent variable. Research in tourism known as an interferable nationally important industry 1975. Tourism industry also including transportation, accommodation and related service for domestic and foreign tourists. Tourist satisfaction can be considered consequent result of service quality if tourist inconsistency between an actual product or service expectation. Definition of dependent variable can deal with that problem, lack of flexibility, and tourists will feel comfort and safety. Antecedent of dependent variable, tour guide divide to professional skill and professional attitude. It will cause the tourist satisfaction. There are 3 independent variables: tour guide sufficient knowledge, second, tour guide interpersonal communication and organization, 3, tour guide problem solving ability, and the last one, tour guide professional competence.
The relationship between tour guide sufficient knowledge, interpersonal communication and organization, problem solving ability, professional competence, and tourist satisfaction. Basically, the relationship between independent and dependent variables will be the whole factors that can influence their satisfaction. Tour guide service quality, there is sufficient knowledge, interpersonal communication and organization, problem-solving ability, and professional competence will bring a good result, reflect tourist satisfaction. Hence, there is a strong relationship between them. Dependent variable 1. The relationship between the tour guide sufficient knowledge and tourist satisfaction will result in a visionary and unforgettable trip. Tour guide performance is more likely to be evaluated favorably if they have sufficient knowledge, efficient communication, and a strong relationship with tourists. Independent variable 2. The relationship between the tour guides, interpersonal communication and organization, and tourist satisfaction will correlate empathy. Good interpersonal communication and organization has significant positive effects On theory satisfaction, independent variable 3. The relationship between the theory guide's problem-solving ability and theory satisfaction will form an effective response alternative. Independent variable 4. The relationship between the theory guide's professional competence and theory satisfaction will be effectively linked to the succeeding spots. This is Figure 2.2, the conceptual framework of the study. Independent variable, there is a 4 theory guide's service quality, which is sufficient knowledge, interpersonal communication and organization, problem-solving ability, professional competence. Dependent variable, which is theory satisfaction. That's all. Thank you.
For the research design can be single-stage design such as qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative research is relies on data obtained by the research from first-hand observation, interviews, questionnaires, and more than. Quantitative research is the process of the collecting and analyzing numerical data. It can be used to find pattern and average, make a prediction, test causal relationships, and generalize a result to wider population. Quantitative research is also widely used in the natural and social science and more than this. For the target populations, the study is include of the tourists in Taiwan. The current study is focused on inbound package tower, which were guided by Mandarin-speaking and English-speaking tour guide. The sample size is term used in market research for defining a number of subjects, include in a sample size. By sample size, we understand a group of subjects that are selected from the general population and consider of the representative on the real population for the specific study. Sampling procedure is choosing a part of a population to use to test a hypothesis about the entire population. Used to choose the number of participants, interview, and work sample to use in the assessment process. If the sample data will be generalized to reflect the population, a statistical selections process should be used. For the instrument allow program to collect a relevant data relate to a research problem. Design for measuring their intended outcome. Various types of instrument may include survey, test, questionnaires, achievement, aptitude test, observation form, and tally sheets. Information refer to the tools or means by which investigator attempt to measure variables or items of interest in the data collection in the process.
Data analysis. Data analysis is a systematic application of statistical and logical techniques to explain the scope of data, modulate data structures, condense representations of data, illustrate with pictures, tables, and graphs, evaluate statistical trends, probabilistics data, and draw meaningful conclusions. Us to induce basic inferences from the data while eliminating the unnecessary chaos posed by the rest. Ensuring data integrity is one of the important parts of data analysis. In this research, we use quantitative methods because this research use questionnaire or structured interview to collect the data. Descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics are simple descriptive coefficients that compose a data set that is representative of the entire population or a sample. The main purpose is to provide a summary of the sample and the steps followed in a study. Statistics form a key component of any quantitative data analysis when combined with some graphical analysis. Next, reliability test. Reliability test is involve the extent of agreement between two or more property measurements through similar methods. Cronbach's alpha is a measure of the level of consistency with a test. Cronbach's alpha reliability coefficient indicates the degree of existence of variance in the scale. Cronbach's alpha varies between 0 and 1 inclusive, with higher numbers indicating greater reliability. Pearson correlation. Pearson correlation coefficients are defined in statistics as a measure of the strength of a relationship between two variables and their relation
to each other. The Pearson coefficient relationship has high statistical significance. Examine the relationship between two variables. The correlation of the variables was measured using a Pearson correlation coefficient calculator. This linear relationship can be positive or negative. Pearson correlation method is also the most widely used method for numerical variables. In conclusion, in this chapter, methodology describes various research methodologies and research methods that are often used by researchers in the field of information systems. The research methodology used in this research is recognized and has been discussed.